So if you're making $50,000, don't date. I'm just being for real. You're not ready to date.
Again, I'm with you.
You're not ready to date. You're not ready to date because courtship costs.
Okay.
Everything costs. Okay. You can go for 22 walks in the park. Eventually, shorty is gonna need a sip of something. She's gonna be thirsty. This bottle of water is $3 in Atlanta. Let's not play. So if you don't have any expendable cash, don't date. And whatever that looks like for you, you might only make 50,000, but you live in a shoe, and now you got expendable cash. Or get you a bottom of the barrel bitch that's gonna date you when you have no money. If she doesn't have that expectation, and I'm gonna tell you this right now, enjoy it while it lasts, because eventually you're gonna wanna run. Because she doesn't stretch you, she doesn't make you the man that you need to become. She allows you to be the stagnant dude in the same jeans for days. You know what I'm saying?
Be cutting up.
I'm
You
just
talk about
saying.
Whoa, whoa, whoa! Lord, please invite me on Poor, what was it? Poor Podcast or whatever. Please invite me. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey. Woo, welcome to this week's episode of Off Topic. How's everybody doing this today?
This
week,
it's all right. Yeah, that's all right.
This week, my spirit was disturbed by this clip. Let's jump right into it.
What disturbed you the most?
Right.
I think what disturbed me the most is, to be fair, and I feel that everybody should do this in 2024 or in this modern day world. I think we need to first start by saying that conversation can go many ways. So before we jump in, not here, but I'm just saying before somebody jumps into that conversation, I think scenarios should be given and then say, let's discuss this scenario going this way. Let's discuss this scenario going this way. I know a lot of people like to jump in and was like, okay, what was the preferences of that video or whatever? But yeah, like jumping in with a gumbo mindset on that video, I just don't think that a healthy conversation can come from it. So, what disturbed me particularly about the video is that I think that what she said only applies to a certain scenario and not men and women overall. Like 50,000 and you just group that, like because I'm not in a place where I can't remember that I was far from that. You see what I'm saying? So it's just like, I don't want to pass judgment, but looking around before a podcast was real big and we were in the life that we were at, I just would love to ask her, like, how long ago was it before you exceeded 50,000? That type of conversation.
So I feel like, because that was my thought as well when I initially watched it, and I feel like she threw out 50,000 as just a baseline, not as like using that as an example. I don't think she was like just hardcore on if you're making 50,000 or less, then you just shouldn't date. But I'm with you as well, because it's like that can apply to if you don't manage your money well, it don't matter if you make $100,000. Like you just may not be able to afford to date if you're living beyond your means, period. Like it doesn't matter. So, but it does, but portions of her reasonings felt a little gold diggerish, I will say that. But again, like you said, we have to understand what she was actually trying to, I guess, say in that. And I don't think that was really 100% clear. So.
Listen, I don't understand what she was trying to say, and I might say, I don't even know if she make $50,000 a year. So at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying, how you gonna want more than what you got?
That's right.
But that has become the culture of the dating world, from my understanding. For my single friends, they have it rough out here in the world. And that is that. They deal with a lot of people want more than what they got, bringing more to the table or less to the table than what they bring to the table, making them feel bad because they ain't this, that, and the third. So at the end of the day, I don't even know if she make $50,000 a year. I mean, but I guess I digress.
And that's why I said before this podcast, before these ads and all of this, like how long ago was it that she reached or crossed that threshold? But go ahead.
But I guess my thing is, I mean, I'm on the outside. I mean, I'm going along with what you guys are saying, but my thing too is, what the fuck kind of date are you looking for? Do you want them to send a car and stuff? Like, I guess I don't understand, because I don't see anything wrong with a walk in the park or let's go grab dinner or something like that. So
I mean,
yeah, but I mean,
that's what she was saying. Walking in the park. Why couldn't we walk in the park? Oh well,
but I think she was saying there's only so many.
There's
times.
only so many.
Oh yeah, so many times. Okay,
but I guess my thing too is just listening to it in my head. I'm like, well, what type of date are you looking for? Because anymore today, these girls, like you said, Instagram and all that stuff, they want you to come and take them out and buy them like your very first date. I want him to spend this. I want to go to the highest restaurant and get the most expensive thing on the. And it's like you don't even know if y'all gonna like each other like that. This need to be a simple, let's see if we vibe, if we even want to go on a second date type thing. But today, like you said, like Mario said, I'm sorry, it's so much that they're expecting. And it's like, I don't get it. Because I guess they feel like you should just give it to them. Like, you got to have a certain amount of money for you to even look my way. And it's like, I guess you
have to also have to be deserving of that too. Like, just be, you know what I mean? So like for her, like saying all of that as well, it's just kind of like, are you then like complimenting or being like, are you worthy of receiving like these exponential type of dates that you want so badly, you know? So.
And I want to think about it too. I know that we jumped in talking about the woman being courted, but what about vice versa? Like, for instance, when I listened to that clip, immediately I thought about Courtney and what's the guy the actor's name is Courtney. He's married to Angela Bassett, right? Is that the right connection? So I was just thinking about that. Look where she is on the spectrum, and then look where he is. Like, I'm sure Angela is making more money than him, right? So I'm just like, so when Courtney wasn't where he is, if the roles were reversed, because in this particular clip, she's talking about a woman dating a man. But what if it was reversed? Like, should Angela have not gone after Courtney, or what has Angela not continued to accept Courtney because she's not where she is? Like, I think it's like luck, right? Like, she made it just a little bit further. We could talk about that, like with basketball players or WNBA players, and then they're significant. Maybe they're not where that woman is. So I think it's like when the situation changes, or it's vice versa, it's different and it's supposed to be accepted. But why is it such a controversial topic the other way around? Like, women are out of control. I'm not lying. Don't get me wrong. Men are out of control too. But women are like out of control.
Out of control. Exactly. Here's the thing I say about it is, I think that what's going on right now is a lot of people have that get you before you get me mentality. So they want to get everything they can get out of you real quick. So in case, you doing them dirty in the long run or something like that, at least they can walk away from it and feel like, well, I got this out of it. I got that out of it. So it's unfortunate. What's y'all standard? Y'all $50,000, that's enough to date you?
So this is funny because literally, Kim, me and you had this conversation this week. So here's the thing. It's not that there's I guess it's an amount, but let me tell you my reasoning for it.
Oh.
No. In my head, this is what I'm thinking. I don't mean it like in a gold digger way at all. But here's what we're older now. So there are things that we look at, that I look at as a female at a relationship stance that I didn't look at in my teens or 20s. In your teens or 20s, it was all about, we gotta, if he needs help, we're gonna help him get him to where he wants to be and stuff like that. I'm 42. I need you to already have your shit together. And at 42, when I'm probably about a little 2,000 away from six figures, okay? Easy.
Come on,
if they know, and that's not me trying to brag. I promise you that is 100% me. Not trying to brag at all. I'm saying this. It's a reason behind it. So if I'm there and you're making 20 or 30, and I have to think, okay, he may have child support, he may have other things. It's still all on me. So, I know some men look at that like, well, that's gold digging because as long as he got a job, and I respect anybody. I don't care what type of job you have to do. As long as you're working and you're taking care of shit, I 100% get that. But me, being realistic, everything's going to be on me. So with that, I need you Not about no date shit like her, but for us to even be kind of close, because anymore women make more than men. Not all the time, but in most cases, the women do anymore. So for me, I need you between 55, 60, and that's kind of, you know. And
I'm
again,
sorry.
that's not me being mean. I don't need you.
Ronnie, I got a question. Okay, go ahead. I got a question.
No, and that's not me trying to say. I guess I'm just thinking into all other things. So say you have to pay child support, or say you have other things. You know, I have to take all of that into consideration too, because I don't want it to all be on me, because I know that most of your stuff is taken up over here. I guess I don't know. That's how I'm thinking.
But again, I think that's unfair as well, because there are a lot of, like, I think, and I didn't even think about that, but like, so one of my best friends, he does pay child support. So that is a thing that, you know, is very like real for him. But like, just in thinking of dating, like, you know, and you, like, if you're looking for someone and you find a man who's paying child support, like, to factor that in. But I don't think it's fair that you have to think about that or make concession, like you said, like, oh, like, he's between 55 and 60, but then I have to be understanding of the fact that he's paying child support. I don't think that's fair necessarily to you. But I mean, I think it is something to consider. But at the end of the day, I don't think you're wrong for wanting to date someone who makes the same, or if not more than you make. Because I mean, that is something that you have to think about at the end of the day. Because it's like you said, if something doesn't go right, if you do decide to be with this person, ultimately, like, just out of the natural progression of things, the person who makes the most money could potentially be responsible for some things that happen within the relationship. So I think that can be tricky at times. And I think it's hard to kind of navigate those spaces.
Yeah.
So.
And I guess it's just things to think. And like I said, I know, and because I have some guy friends that's like, well, that's just being a gold digger. That ain't cool. That's just you. And it's like, it's not that. You have to think of that. You know, this is stuff that we're older now. I have kids that I'm putting money up for, that's going to school and stuff. So it's a whole lot that I have to think about or consider. Or even what was the other one that gets me to a real good friend of mine, male. Well, sometimes a man needs a woman to get him where he needs to be. I am 42, so anybody I'm dating that's older than me, if he ain't there yet, what am I supposed to do?
Well, he might be like what they say. I'm in a bind. He might be trying to, in a little impasse in his life, trying to figure things out. It's possible, you know what I'm saying? I don't know.
It is possible, but she reserves the right to not want to be the person to help him get to that point. I'm sorry, like that, and that's real. That's just a real statement.
However,
I don't think there's anything wrong with that.
But what if you might miss out on a good man?
You could, but then she might also not.
That's exactly what I was about to say.
That's why I was going to jump in and say, like, okay, so what if you have met a guy, and that's why I started that's why I first started by saying I think that every situation you have to give the specific scenario and go from there. Because what if you meet a guy that has a house that was left to him, totally paid off, he's done, it's done, he's older in life, he doesn't have any children, and he's been at his job and he's capped out. Say it's less than 55, but he's never had ambition to go do anything else because it's just been him. He has not been dating, and his bills are covered because, his house was given to him. His bills are covered by his money. So what if when you guys get together, that inspires him to want to go get another job, and then he could start making more, and you guys get together? But don't get me wrong, like, I'm not gonna go out here and find somebody in the $13,000 to $15,000 bracket where I am. I got that part, but like jumping up to the higher, no, I'm just saying
13 to 15. What, they bagging groceries?
I'm just saying from experience, I've had somebody that has had less than money than me. Right. And Mario, you remember this story. This is a person that you liked in this aspect only. we would go out because everybody know I love me a Taco Bell. Love me some Taco Bell. If a guy takes me on a date to Taco Bell, please believe he's the man of my dreams. Like, because you're giving me my favorite. But anyway, I'm just saying I would notice that he would let me order first because everybody know I'm gonna order up. It's gonna be customized, so it's gonna come out to a nice, pretty penny, and he will order his balance because he knows. Now, outside of that, there was other things that I can't build with you. I can't be with you because I can't build with other, factors, but just that factor alone, just this money factor, if you have somebody that's willing to do that and their income meets their satisfaction where they are when you met them, I think that's okay. But if we building together, I think that's what the dating is for, saying like, okay,
let's figure it out.
Sharon has kids. Sharon's kids is going to be going to college. If we're becoming a one, I feel that the male will want to help out with this. You know what I mean? So if he goes to get another job and then that meets it, but this clip right here and how the girls talk nowadays, I feel like it's like at the beginning, this is what I expect. And I just disagree with that portion.
And okay, so to answer your question, again, I'm never going to put anybody down for what they make. That's not what I'm saying. But dating, what Mario say? No, was it Hayward or Mario? You guys said you got some friends that it's hard. I think Mario said that.
Mario.
I've been on a couple dates, okay? And it's like, off top, I'm sitting here like, huh? Like, it's just not. But then I've actually had somebody tell me, I can go out here and get somebody to all I got to do is buy her a pair of shoes or something and she'll be okay. So in their mindset, it's like, I don't got to do too much more of what I'm already doing.
That's right.
So I haven't come across nobody that may make 50,000 or less that I'm like, he got potential. I could work with it because he wants to. Yeah. I haven't seen it. It's like, oh shit, I could go out here and do
nothing.
And that, I think that is
and it'll be fine.
That's a very valid point too.
I don't want to. I'm good. I'll be okay. I'd rather do it by myself.
Yeah, I think that's a valid point because I think when you run into, for you, like if you run into men in those brackets, they're probably comfortable in those spaces. They're probably not necessarily, and that, not blanket statementing everyone, but they're probably okay or comfortable in that space and not necessarily aspiring to do more. So it is hard to then navigate outside of that, especially if you want to build something, if y'all want to buy property together, or heck, even down to like if you find a mate and you want to travel with them, you don't want that to be a burden. Like, can you go here? Or like, do you have a passport? Are you cool with traveling, like to spend whatever to get this flight to go wherever? Like, you shouldn't have to scale down what you would typically do in your own personal life to kind of meet the other person where they are. Like, I think that's a very like delicate dance in certain situations.
Yeah. And how you just said that, even building together. So even if we wanted to build together or get a house or anything, what's your credit look like? There's different things that we have to look at now at this age, because if you going in and you at a 4 something and I'm up here at a 780, again, it's all on.
Boy, why 780?
No, I'm just
you 2K away from 2K away from 100K.
I just know.
I don't even know where they at. Why they ain't beat down your door?
Because they know I ain't taking care of. But I'm not at a 7. I'm over 700. I ain't at no 780. But I was just saying in general, right? It's like there's just different things that we have to look at. And I feel like in our 20s and our teens, it was, I love him. He laying me down good. I don't even care. I'm just going to roll with it. Whatever happens. I got it. And now it's like, you got a 401k? Are you saving stuff? Are you matching? If they match 5%, baby, what percent you at? Are you putting something?
Now you talking my language. Now you talking about language.
I'm putting all of it in there. You got something saved? Like what you doing? You got kids and stuff? Cool. I see you take care of them. You got a little something put up for them. Like what are we doing? It's a whole lot of that. So it's a different mindset now.
So now
Kim, you quiet.
Really go ahead, Stovall.
I was just gonna say, Kim, you quiet.
Don't start because we already had this conversation last night.
Oh, never mind. Sorry. Trigger alert.
I'm listening to you guys, and me being the oldest one. And I told this to Kim last night too. The last person I dated was 20 years younger than me. We both made the same amount of money, but he took care of me. He made sure that I had everything that I wanted. He set the bar very high for the next man that I might date. And I've tried 3 different times, and it was not successful because the bar was set so high. Now when I look and I'm like, it's slim pickings out here. Like Hayward said, and Kim said, y'all all said the same thing. A lot of these guys are going with girls that accept less. If my bar already said high, how can you meet me there? You might not make the same amount of money. I'm okay with that. But you got to be able to take care of yourself. You got to be able to fend for everything that you need on your own. Even if I make a lot of money, I don't want to be the person you come to and be like, oh, you know, I remember I dated this guy and I didn't smoke and he did not smoke around me. But one day he texted me, he said, hey, do you got $1? I said, $1? Baby, I text him the longest text. I said, if you ever ask me for a dime, I will not ever talk to you again. Don't ask me for no money.
And that $1 sound like it was an addict. I don't know. Just $1?
$1.
That's they want me to come up to you and ask you for 2 or 3, and I got a problem.
Baby, he asked me for $1, and I was like, "You a man?" So I think about them things too, and me as a woman, because you know Pierre and Mario, they always try to. Oh, maybe you'll try a woman. No, thank you, because she might be broke too. But
I don't know, honey, because the way I was in a store and I seen them studs being very attentive, I said, now this is different. The men are lacking this.
Zero stars. So it's really a dry season out here because if I'm expecting that man to match my dollars or match, you know, my savings or match my credit score or match what I have, I might be single for a little longer. So
782.
Huh?
What do you say?
I said you got a 782.
I was just throwing a number out there. I was just saying, like,
My
in
God,
general.
I mean, you know,
But you gotta have a little coin because I'm closer to the over one something. And a lot of guys ain't making that. And so that pool is a little smaller unless I date outside of my race and I really don't want no person outside of my race.
Let me tell you something.
Trigger alert.
Let me tell you something. Baby, I'm a equal opportunity dater. I keep a WBM roster, okay?
No, thank you.
And baby, I'm just gonna say this. Don't sleep on me. Okay?
It's a whole new world. The new horizons.
Ebony and Ivory. Don't sleep on it. That's all. Let me tell you something. That's
no jungle fever for me. Okay.
I said that too. Honey. Now I text Kim and she be looking at the phone too, like, huh? Yeah, baby, that.
Where's the brother? Y'all are off the hook with this episode, this segment.
Ooh, ain't they? I just said it's
I'm just saying there's
great
nothing wrong.
discussion.
There is nothing wrong with broadening your horizons. Because I was against it for a little bit, and then it was like, oh, this is opening doors and you got manners and how you doing? I told you I was a little chilly, and I was about to go get me a new blanket. Next thing
Black
I know,
men do that
Amazon's
too.
in my door with a heated blanket. And baby, when you coming down, I'm about to go get my oil change. Let me meet you there.
Black men do that too.
I'm not saying they don't. I'm not saying they don't. Because now wait a minute. I love me a black man. I have nothing against them. I'm just saying
I'm just saying them percentages are definitely.
And the black men who are like that have not presented. I haven't seen one in a while. Let me just say that.
Absolutely.
For myself,
Yeah, I
don't mean this in a bad way, because I have my cousins are amazing, you guys are amazing. I know there are some wonderful ones, but it seems like the ones who approach me, they sagging, you in your 40s with braids to the back, with beads on them, with beads on them, with beads on them.
I was gonna say now.
Hayward said, "Hold on now, hold on, Ronnie."
Hayward with beads on them.
That's the difference with the beads on them.
And it's even the way they just approach you, like you can't even.
Hey, baby.
I need a conversation. I need you to be able to hold an adult conversation, not I got this or I got that or what we doing or I pay this much money or I'm over here with you and you all sweet and stuff. You know how many girls I had to tell I didn't want to see tonight because I was coming to see you? You could have went with them.
Oh,
that's not flattering to me. Like, I'm good.
Right. No, it's not. That's terrible.
I said that's not.
Or can I take you on a date? Sure. Well, can you come and pick me up?
Yes. Oh, honey.
Can you come and pick me up?
Can you come and pick me up? I had one of my homegirls say, he was really nice. We ended up going out. He couldn't meet me there, so I ended up sending him an Uber.
What?
No.
Where's our producer? Mr. Producer, put this on a segment coming soon. Segments coming soon. Listen, this is a good conversation, and we clearly gonna have to have a part B to these clips. Literally.
But then with that, it's like because I have, as you guys see, I have standards and things I think about as an adult female. Then it's like, oh, you a gold digger. Sometimes we just gotta settle. I settled in the whole marriage. You hear me? I'm not doing that no more.
Absolutely.
You should never settle. No one should settle. Right.
So, well, yeah, I know, but I did.
That was a good one, y'all. That was a good conversation. Viewers, please chime in below. Please like, subscribe, and share. And definitely add your comments below because we'll definitely have to double back on this segment. Definitely.
They cut me up when this go out. They're going to say that helper is just money.
The one with the 780
No.
score.
That's
780. That's the number.
We're gonna have to do a ready to love for Ronnie.
Baby, they're gonna say please add your handle below because they want to submit some applications.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm gonna tell that 780 was just the number I threw out. Sorry.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
It's okay. It's okay to toot your horn.
All right, y'all. Y'all are crazy. That was a very good conversation. Seriously, our producer, he hears this. He's definitely gonna have to double back as a part 2 for this one. Let's move into our next segment. Speak to me. Let's talk about the word and how it resonates with you. So this is our Speak to Me segment. And the chosen word for this week is going to be discernment. Mama Kim, you were quiet last round. Let's start with you. Discernment. When you think about that word, what does it mean to you, or how does it resonate with you?
I don't even. Give me the definition of discernment.
Well, before I give you the definition, how about I let Sharon jump in?
Okay.
And through her example, it'll give you a version of a definition.
Okay.
Okay. So discernment. Let me see.
It's
I'm trying to make sure I word it right for myself. So discernment to me is like a wise way of judging between things and people clearly. Like being able to see through who they are, even if they're not being straightforward, or it's just having being able to just judge things like clearly, just to have a clear mind, but not really a clear mind, but maybe I'm thinking about any kind of choice, like maybe schools my kids wanted to go to. We're looking at a little bit of everything, but I can't base one off of, well, this is where people in my family went or this and that. even though I would love them to go here, this is like a better choice. Just having that, a wise mind, basically.
I would say like a sense of discernment, like what does your gut tell you?
Yes,
like what is that nagging voice that doesn't turn off? What is it telling you? Like that spidey sense. What is it telling you? What is it speaking to you?
See, this is the thing. Now, okay. I said back in high school I was a woman of the night because my judgment was not good. So even as I got older, and I remember my dad, he had wrote me a letter because of the choices of men, or as he said, boys that I kept dealing with and making these relationships with and calling them, you know, saying, oh, I love you. And could you be my man? You're my man. You're my man. You're my man. And not really taking into account what they was bringing to the table, or was they bringing anything to the table at all? I just wanted somebody to be in my space. So I would always, my spidey sense, the first guy that put their hands on me, I continued to date that person. And it was on the first date. And in my gut, even before we even went on the date, I was like, I shouldn't be talking to him.
On your first date? He put
on my first date. He put
that part. That's it. That's the sense of discernment kicking in.
And I was like, but keep in mind, I saw my dad do this. I saw my mom not necessarily get a hand put on her, but be in a very
compromising position.
Yes, toxic, very toxic relationship. Even through, you know, my life, I was like, okay, you know, maybe I'm getting this from my mama. And I kept going through that motion. Like, okay, I get in a relationship. Okay, this mug, he ain't good. And then I get in another relationship and from 18 until I was 50 is when I was like, you know what? Is something wrong with my spider senses? Because they ain't working for me. Because I keep going to the same tall, dark, oh, drug, baby, I love me a good drug dealer, honey. But
you probably pass that off to one of your offspring.
Oh, baby, he loved one too. But I truly did not.
Some of the views on this podcast have been previous views of other people as well, and we've just are outgrowing them. Go ahead, Kim. Sorry for the disclaimer.
I had to sit back and understand why my judgment was not good, because I knew better. I knew right from wrong.
I wouldn't say your judgment wasn't good, but maybe the percentage of your discernment or that ability was just less than the percentage of maybe you wanting companionship, maybe you were, you know what I mean? Maybe the percentages was just off, but you had it there, because if on the first date you picked that up, then you already knew. But what was the percentage of something else you yearned even more? Clearly companionship. Or whatever.
And it was maybe not companionship, but maybe even love. Because who teaches us how to love? Where do we learn love? And it was one of them things I was like, why am I seeking this? And after my dad wrote me that letter, I didn't talk to him for a couple of weeks, and he finally called me. He's like, you mad? I said, yeah. Because in my mind, I always thought as a man, you would be the person that would teach me how to love and have somebody to love me. So for you to give me this letter, and then I'm like, why is my character or my judgment of character so wrong or so off? And now, until I'm just, like I said, when I turn 50, I have been by myself. Now I've been by myself, like out of relationships till now, 56, 7 this year. And I was like, you know what? I had to sit back and look and take accountability for my actions and for myself and my thoughts, and why was I choosing and going for the bad guys, because the good guys will come. I'm like, you a sucker, you a little slow. You might have all the good things, but baby,
a nerdy sucker, honey.
I love me a good bad boy. But I don't know if it's because well, this is a family show, so I ain't gonna say nothing.
Yeah, we're gonna keep that for our next segment.
Yes.
Ronnie, discernment. You gave us that definition. How does it resonate with you though? What does it mean to you?
To me, it means I always stick to my first gut. And that's kind of, what I do. I'm pretty good at reading things and people, even though some people don't want to admit it. I'm pretty good at it. I call stuff, but I call it kind of early, and nobody want to listen to me. And they say, you just don't like nobody. Then it's like, you know what? You was right. And I like when they come back and tell me that, because I was. I don't say I told you so, but I'm like, say it again. But
Jesus Christ.
But just being wise in your thoughts and your choices, and that's important, especially with, y'all know I take everything back to my kids. I got little people watching me. Right. And this is just bouncing back on what Mama Kim said. So please don't take this the wrong way, because it's not. Yeah. But it's like how you said you saw your mother. Mm-hmm. So you took that on, you know, so that was something that you was like, oh, I seen it. My mom stayed, so maybe it's not so bad. Maybe I can do this. And it's like just things that everything comes back to my kids. So if I see something and I know it's not right, or I'm feeling some type of way about something, just kind of sticking with my gut and teaching them that as well. Teaching them that as well. So
Hayward, what you think?
That's kind of it.
Yeah. Hayward, what's your thoughts?
Yeah. So regarding discernment, I feel like it is almost like you probably heard the expression, like having a third eye, and just being able to kind of hone in on what's happening in a specific like situation or setting. But I think it's just like, it's important to be aware, like everyone else has said, like listening to your gut and really like recognizing, like almost having like, a higher power, Jesus, telling you that, like, hey, this is not it. Like, you know what I mean? Like, or like to watch out, or maybe, you need to remove yourself from a situation, or you need to navigate whatever it is, but just knowing that this is something that may not end well. So it's like being able to kind of obey that over, over your desires. Because a lot of times, we'll want to act on, what's good for us, what feels good in the moment versus like what's actually right for us in the long haul.
Kind of what Kim was saying. Yeah. Mo, what you thinking?
Hey, I think you guys pretty much summed it up. But for me, discernment, it's taken just years of experiences in life to kind of get to a point where I feel like I have a pretty decent sense of discernment. My dad used to kind of criticize me a little bit, just saying you're too trusting of people as I was growing up and stuff like that. So as I've gotten older, and like, again, experiences have taught me that, kind of pay attention more and trust those feelings that you may have initially. Don't second guess it.
I think the castmates will agree that they probably know this is definitely one of my favorite words. I sometimes disguise it and rush trying to get to know what my discernment wants to tell me by asking somebody, like, what's your story? Like, out the gate. Like, I rush to that because I can kind of tell within somebody's story, like, what my discernment is picking up. So yeah, definitely one of my favorite top 5 words. And I just think, my discernment majority of the time is on 1,000, unless it's a situation that somebody is close to me and maybe my emotional side, that percentage is greater than my discernment. And then I found myself in some sticky situations. But other than that, this is definitely one of my top 5 favorite words. So yeah.
And listeners and viewers, when she says to get to she's not talking about asking people that she knows what's your story. We're talking about we are at a bar and she will just look at somebody and say, what's your story? And the next thing I know, this person been sitting with us forever. We don't know this man. He knows everything about this man's life. And now they're having a whole therapy session and she's making this man think. Sometimes it's a woman. It's happened several times. We don't know these people. She just, is there some room here? Oh yeah, sure. Sit down. So what's your story? I don't
absolutely,
even know.
Absolutely.
Hayward.
Oh.
That sounds like a question that was asked to you that one time. Remember, how do you show up in the world?
Oh, I like that. That might be my 2024 revamp version.
Not for people you don't know. Like you don't just say, "Oh, how do you show up in the world?"
Oh,
like,
she does.
No.
Actually.
Really?
Well, she asked them what their story is.
I like
that's
that.
A little more. I'm just trying to get you to talk about yourself versus like, yeah.
What was the phrase, Mario? I like that. How do you show up for the world? I know that's right.
How do you show up in the world? In the world.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that one's heavy. Maybe that could be my follow-up.
I know that's right. No,
write that down. How do you show up in the world?
Man.
Good conversation, guys. Good conversation. Oh my goodness. All right, moving on to the segment for this off-topic podcast this week is going to be a what would you do?
I love it.
So the scenario is going to be somehow, some way, for some reason, you found yourself in a very rural area of Nebraska. And you're from the Indianapolis greater area. I'm going to go ahead and put all of you guys, bring you back to the Midwest, bring you back to Indy. So for some reason, you have found yourself in Nebraska, a very rural area of Nebraska. And you have to find a way to get back here to the Indianapolis area. And you only have $20 to your name. You cannot have any assistance from any friends or family. You just have to use the locals where you are at that point to get back here.
Okay.
So,
how would you do it?
Sorry.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Go ahead, Ronnie.
Okay, so you say no family, but just hear me out. No. That's because I don't have a phone or anything you said.
Mm-hmm.
But now, see, I didn't know about the family parts. I'm going to tell you what I had, okay? Let me just say what I had. So I'm going to find the nearest police station or fire station.
Okay.
I'm going to go in there and I'm going to ask them, can I use your phone? For free, because y'all got to help me, because y'all helping the citizen. Okay. So from that, I'm going to call my mother. I'm going to call my Aunt Terry. I'm going to call my cousin Kim. They're going to answer. Somebody's going to help me, okay? From there, once I call them, after getting, my mom is she's gonna cuss a little bit, but she's gonna help me right away. Kim's gonna have me on the phone for like 30 minutes because she needs to know, how did all this happen? How do we get here? Won't let me get home to tell her. She's wanting to know right there. So what happened? How did we get here? Ma'am, I need to get home. So between the three of them, I'm going to get home. Okay.
No, ma'am. No, ma'am.
No, ma'am. That's what I had before. Okay. So
okay.
Hold on. So if I can't call any of you guys,
I can't say you can't call them. You can call whoever you want to, but we can't help you.
Okay, so no family.
No family.
If it's no family, then I'm calling.
No friends. You can only use the locals.
The locals.
Where you are to get you back here. So if you go from Nebraska and for somehow you make it to Missouri, now you having the locals in Missouri help you, or in between. But no family and no friends. So thank you for the call, cuz.
Just a quick. I wanna understand. So are you not? So you literally only have $20. You don't have your wallet. You don't have any access to any.
You have $20.
Nothing. Okay.
I have an answer?
Go ahead, because I don't think this is realistic. When you say you can't.
I was gonna say that too. Yeah,
that's not realistic. Go ahead.
I'm finding the local truck stop.
Come on now. What?
That part.
A woman of the night.
Bring
No
your
woman of
bring your
night.
skills back.
I'm gonna go back to my roots.
And they checked that site that you was already rated on, so they definitely giving you a ride.
That's it. I'm going to the truck stop and I'm gonna say, hey, I need help. I'm gonna find me a trucker that's gonna go my way.
Who said that?
I'm gonna still have my $20.
Mario has a question.
Okay, Mario.
Listen, I don't have a question, but I have an answer to your question. So listen,
that's fine.
I'm not gonna be at the truck stop per se, but my first thought is I'm gonna hit the beat. So you know what I'm saying? I'm hitting the beat. I am going to do what is necessary to get me back a little paper. You know what I'm saying? Work ain't honest, but it pays the bills. So I'm gonna do what I need to do. Give me a few dollars, this and the third, because I ain't gonna jump in nobody's.
Is that gonna be lucrative?
Say it again now.
Is that gonna be lucrative? Is that gonna be lucrative in Nebraska?
Oh, it will be.
When you look at my best friend, you know it's lucrative. What are we doing here? What?
Listen. Do you know who my teacher was?
No, I'm just...
and then you add that part right there. Is it gonna be lucrative? What kind of questions are we asking today?
So what you trying to say?
And we gonna make some money.
Listen, I'm gonna make more than. Never mind.
Baby, as soon as he opened that little shirt a little bit and that chest poke out, baby, he got a ride home, a round trip ticket to the next place he wants to go. I don't know. I can't tell you. Listen, best friend, I can't tell your testimony.
Listen,
I don't know.
Listen, I'm gonna start with $20, but I'm gonna leave it much more. Would you say almost 6 figures, Ronnie?
That's what you're gonna be. Oh, you're gonna be at the 6-figure mark. Okay.
Listen.
That sounds like that's gonna take you a couple weeks, friend.
No. It's gonna take you a couple weeks, boo.
Baby,
Disappointment on this episode today.
It's
the
all in a day's
disappointment
work.
tonight.
All in a day's work.
baby, don't let Mama Kim fool you, baby. Because the truck stop is where I'm first stopping at. Because it's always.
I have this whole answer in my head. Not calling a what's the name is very that's really not real. I have to go with that. That's not realistic. I get the what would you do, but I don't even know these people.
Actually, it is realistic, and this is actually based off of some true scenarios. Actually, that's how I even came up with it.
But I'm thinking, and see, I'm out sex trafficking and stuff like that, but I'm a little fluffy, so they probably ain't gonna take me for sex trafficking.
Listen.
But it's totally
I
fine.
said I want you to come to where you live, not wherever somebody else wants you to be. She didn't went to. We gonna break the rule and call our friends and family. Then we not gonna try to come back home to Indiana where you can lay your head home. We gonna take you to sex trafficking and take you to.
Because people can try to help. I can ask for help and they can act like they helping. And the next thing I know, honey, have you seen tape where I'm sitting in a glass booth being
voted on,
auctioned off? Shit.
Oh, shit.
And they
Hayward
have to auction because if they looking too good behind the glass, I'm gonna tap the glass and tell them you be it. You be
and cousin, that right there.
You three. B.
And Ronnie, that right there is how you gonna get home. Because you're gonna be you see what I'm saying? That is how you're gonna get home. That is how you are gonna get home right there.
My kids may watch this.
And they know their mama got that shit.
Listen, them don't even like to listen to what's that Drake song or Lil Wayne when he say, I look back and told them, baby, it's real. I don't even like listening to that no more. They tells me, So this will send them over the edge, okay?
Oh my goodness. Hayward, what are you doing? Yes, you.
I guess
$20.
$20.
Rural part of Nebraska.
In the rural neighborhood. I mean, there's not too many things you can really do.
Hit the beat. Hit the beat.
Hayward, there is so many options. Like when I pick up your energy, I pick up the benevolence fund at the church. Let me visit the local church.
I'm a deacon now. Okay.
I didn't take you I didn't take you for the beat, so I figured I'd go the opposite direction.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Maybe I'll find, a little, if it's like a little, they probably don't have them in Nebraska though, like a little, one night, dancing something or rather make some little money. They probably had it in Nebraska.
Go dance, baby, shake it.
Okay, look at the local talent showing up for the night, and then the barkeep gonna call their friends. See what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Or maybe I could find some local females, and I think I have what it takes to run a brothel.
You doing too
Come
much.
On, bro.
Be a madam. Take care of my girls.
$20.
Okay, Mo, what you thinking? What you say?
I was just gonna. I missed one small little detail. My first thing that I'm going to do is go to like the local diner, and I'm not going to eat. Maybe drink some water, something like that. But what I'm going to do is get a knife, so that when I hit the beat, exactly. So when I hit the beat, I'm gonna have me a blade, and I ain't gonna have to worry about none of that other stuff.
Okay.
You sound like you maybe dabbled in this.
Yeah. It sounds like I like them.
We all have a past. We all have a past.
Period. You're right.
I'm gonna kind of follow my best friend on this one. So Mo, I'm gonna also go to a little local diner or restaurant, more so a fast food joint, because when I'm stressed and I'm like I gotta figure out a plan, I need to eat. So first of all, I'm gonna go to the fast food joint and I'm gonna pick up somebody's receipt and say they messed up my order, so I can get me some food in this system. Because one thing I'm absolutely not gonna do, like Kim said, I'm definitely not spending this hot 20 in the pocket. Right. It's not going anywhere. It is not going anywhere. I will figure it out. So as a matter of fact, I'm gonna pick up 2 receipts. I'm gonna pick up one so I can get the day shift, and then I'm gonna pick up one so I can get the night shift. And I'm gonna call and I'm gonna state that my order was messed up and I need to come back for that remake.
That's right.
And I'm gonna sit down and eat somewhere and get my thoughts together, and then figure out how I'm about to make it to the greater Indianapolis area. So once I eat, everything will be good, and I can guarantee you I can come up with a plan of action, whether it be the local truck stop, whether it be hitting that bar and falling in love that day and letting them know, like, Andy, oh my God, Andy, I love your energy. Like, you have to meet my best friend. Like, you have to meet my brother. Like, you have to meet my sister. The whole time I'm trying to figure out how much PTO Andy got so he could drive me to Indianapolis so he can meet these people. Cause like, I love you. I love you. Like, I love you a lot. Like, I've never met a guy like you. Like,
ooh, baby.
It's been a long time, Andy.
Not how much PTO he got.
Yeah, because I need to make sure he can take that little 3-day trip and get me here. Now, however he gets home or the consequences of his PTO, that's on him. Because then when he gets here, like, I feel like you acting funny towards my family. Like, is it the big city?
You want to turn it on?
Are you not familiar with this type of environment? I'm just saying. But one thing that's gonna happen is I'm definitely not breaking that hot 20. But you know,
period. I'm keeping that 20.
Yeah, you gotta keep that cash.
I'm gonna definitely keep that cash.
Mm-hmm.
All right, guys. Good conversations. Good conversation. This episode is off the hook tonight. You hear me?
Yeah, agreed.
Mario, I'm gonna throw it over to you. I'm gonna let you wrap us up. I'm gonna let you take us out on a high note. Can you tell us a little bit something that will lift us up?
All right, so I was scrolling through Instagram, and Viola Davis. You see a lot of more of her personality through her Instagram posts and stuff like that. So what I came across the other day was something she posted. I believe she got it from somewhere else, but she posted, and it said, "You're alive. Act like it. Go outside, call a friend, hit the gym, climb the mountain, run until you can't, find yourself." And I just thought, I guess really what spoke to me is living, kind of just live. We all met with challenges and things throughout our days and our weeks and our months and stuff like that. But just don't let it get too big. Let these things get too big to weigh us down. Just live in the moments, enjoy the moments.
That sounds good.
Oh, that was
I love it.
That was heavy. That was
a real good one. I like that one.
Yeah.
That was a good one, best friend. Good job. Man, I don't know about y'all. I've had an awesome time tonight. Like, this was a great time.
Yeah.
All right, viewers. Man,
What a time.
please join us in on this great conversation. Let's keep it going. We're definitely ask our producers to run this back for some couple of part 2 of these episodes. Please, guys, remember, like, subscribe, and share. Like, subscribe, and share. And then definitely throw your comments in the bottom. Is there anything anybody else would like to add?
No.
I don't have anything.
You sure, Ronnie? It felt like something was on your spirit.
When it was sitting like right here.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't, a great poet once said,
Come on, poet. Touch us.
It's so hot in here, feels like I'm going to faint. Even though I'm past my limit, still think I'm going to drink. That came from Young Jeezy.
Come on, Snowman.
We all into it. I'm like, oh, she said Young Jeezy.
And that, viewers, is a wrap for this episode.
We just all listening to it.
Okay.
Yeah, we was like, really?
Right.
Ooh, this is inspiring. Where is she taking us? Take us home, girl. Take us home.
Right.
I love each and every one. That was definitely a good one.
Yeah.
I love you guys. Have a good week.
I love y'all. We'll see
This
y'all
has been some
next
great
week.
conversation. Thank you again for tuning in.
Wait a minute, it's fucking hot.
Wow.
That dang on Hayward.
Right.